Welcome back, familia. I am back in Little Rhodey. Como estas in the city? All right, I'm drinking my Dunkin' Sparked here. I need a little bit of juice. Brisket says hi. He's like, hey, Dad, hurry up, do this video so that we can run around a little bit. That's just his life. All right, so I'm a huge fan of the Blackened chicken over at Popeyes. So I'm driving by and I see the little advertisement, you know, the little stickers that they pay for on the sides. Hey, we got this crispy barbecue jump off, and we also got Blackened chicken is back. So I was like, all right, we're gonna do the Blackened chicken. And by the way, it comes in tendies now. Didn't know that. Nobody sent me the memo. And then maybe they always had it. I have no idea. This is the first time for me. But the barbecue, the golden barbecue looked really good. So I ordered mine. I got it with extra pickles. And then I got extra sauce on the side because you just know how it always goes down. Do I have my receipt? They didn't give me a receipt. Did they? Nope, that's a gas receipt. All right. But we're back in Little Rhodey. Here's the sauce for the bouse. Looks beautiful. Actually kind of looks like, have you guys ever had I want to say it's the golden chicken sandwich at KF Sizzle? Kind of looks like it. All right, here it is. I love that it comes in these bags. Put this over here. First time look. Oh, looks pretty good. Looks pretty big actually. Whoa. It's gonna get messy. Oh, look at that. Extra crispy. Look at that, sir. Whoa. Whoa. I just don't see any sauce on it. Oh, there's see, you got to ask for extra sauce. You just have to. We're living in a sauceless world where everyone is saucy, but the food is not saucy. I almost had it. I was almost a poet and I didn't even know it. But, so, nice little bun here. I got my extra jump off right there. Beepity boop. I'm going to take a bite of it without the extra sauce, and then we'll obviously dip it. All right, fam. Let me know what your thoughts are on Louisiana Kitchen. Let's go right here. This seems to be the money bite right here. Excusez-moi. Whoa. By the way, that is crispy. When I went up and ordered it, the guy's like, hey man, it's gonna take like 6 minutes. I said, take your time. I like it fresh, don't worry about it. That is extra crispy. Peep this, ready? Oh. See if the camera picks it up. You guys hear it? Okay. So we got the crispy part down. The sauce. The sauce is, I hate to say this, I can barely taste it. I can taste that a sauce is there, but it's not bringing me home. It's not bringing me home. Old country roads. Damn. Super thick. Kind of like that. All right, mega sauce bite. Here we go. All different types of sauces are going through my mind right now. Very peppery. Very peppery. Very Chick-fil-A sauce. It's thick like a honey mustard kind of also. Huh, let's do this. By the way, in my area, $5.49. And you know what the crazy part? They didn't even charge me extra for sauce either. I was like, I didn't say anything. I was hoping that the guy was new, so I was like, shut the hell up, Lupe. Also, stay tuned for the Familia. I'm gonna talk a little bit about our little trip down to Tennessee also. Pros, cons, the whole thing. This, you can also get this with, I think, bacon and cheese on it. And you can also get it blackened. But I wanted to try this one. I wanted to try the crispy sandwich because I already know I love the blackened chicken. Now, some of you guys may be asking yourself, hey, Luke, what's the difference between like a Cajun seasoning and blackened chicken? It's a thin line. It's a thin line. Now, Cajun seasoning, at least from my limited knowledge here, it's supposed to be a little spicy. A little spice is nice. A little como se llama, right? But blackened chicken, it's meant to obviously blacken the chicken. It's supposed to be, the spices are put on like really good and then grilled. They're like grilled into the chicken. So that's the real big difference. A lot of people are like, oh, that's Cajun style. Sort of, kind of. All right, let's do this. Another big bite. Another big bite. It's so funny because a couple years ago, a sandwich like this would have been $3.99. But the fact that it's not $6.99 is a win. Is this dirty? Is that better? Try it out. Brisk bread. Let's see if we can get him a piece of chicken. So, the fact that they held the line at under $6, I'm gonna give them a little. I'm gonna give them a little credit. You know what's really funny is what's really funny is a lot of the fast food spots, man, are all starting to. They're recalibrating. McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. They all came out trying to do their little was it surge pricing thing. Didn't really work out too well for them, or at least for Wendy's, right? I mean, they were giving away Dave singles for like $1 to try to say sorry. Now, I still believe in my heart of hearts that there are going to be, what the heck's going on here? That they are going to be doing some sort of surge pricing, and they'll call it dynamic. They'll give it some fancy word to make you feel warm and fuzzy and cozy inside, but we'll just call it what it is. It's surge pricing. Now, what you're going to see is just how we went through the recession, right? In the 2008, 9, 10 era, 11 too, just in some parts of 2012, is you're going to see all these companies starting to drop the prices, or maybe they won't drop the prices on regular menu items, but they'll do a bunch of deals because they'll need the traffic. And you know, hold on, guys. All right, buddy. I know it's my fault. I enabled this. Come on. Oh, you're so awkward. Even though you want to come over here. Oh, there you go. So, you want to go this way? Doesn't it look like two different dogs? And then it's because there's a little tip over here. All right, let's go, Papa. Oh, my little puppy chulo. So, you're going to see a lot of coupons. You're going to see a lot of deals. You're going to see a lot of reward points or reward stuff on the rewards apps. But you're going to see very little of the dropping of the actual menu items. Like just the other day, we were at Wendy's, I think, and I was with a friend, and I was like, let me see what they got on the Wendy's app. And it was basically two Dave singles for $8. You're going to start seeing more of that stuff, which, you know, should be illegal. I mean, I think that cop agrees with us. So anyways, we're out here just in District 12 or whatever district that is. We're like this, and we're all just suffering out here. But at least you're not suffering alone. I'm right here with you guys. We're all on the struggle bus together. So let's talk about Tennessee. And by the way, if you're new to this channel, we kind of do all the stuff in the beginning, and then we just hang out like familia afterwards. So if you're here for just a sandwich, go try it out. It's $5 and change. Hopefully your place doesn't charge more, and hopefully your place doesn't charge more for sauce. I'm really lucky, but I think I found like I think I got lucky because there was like a new guy. So anyways, what are you doing, bub? There you go. All right, we're gonna have to leave like in 5 minutes. So Tennessee, pros and cons. Pros, oh, freaking peaceful. I love a good road trip, guys. It's like my therapy. I listen to podcasts. I listen to radio stations, local radio stations. I replay my whole life, missteps, good steps, lessons, blessings, gratefulness. I practice a lot of gratefulness and a lot of gratitude because that's what the universe feeds off of in order to give you more. So with all that being said, pros is that I love the quietness of Tennessee. The hospitality was amazing. We got to meet owners, seventh generation. We met somebody who was there seventh. They are the 7th generation. We also met a family that owned like we didn't get to meet them, but we heard about them, and it kind of reminds me of Yellowstone. They own like over 1,300 acres of land, and they're never gonna sell. Like it's like they're telling you, it's like John Dutton, don't give an inch, which is kind of cool, but also like, especially if you want a town to like grow and you know, have more economic promise and things for it's, you know, but you can have a nice steady controlled growth, right? But I also admire them not selling an inch. I love that. The quietness, the solitude, although, you know, we were with one of our best friends, Adam, and I had brisket with me. It was very solitude-esque. It was gorgeous. The South is peppered with very small towns. You know, another thing that I want to put on my bucket list is I want to visit towns that are like 10,000 people or less, right? Like I want to visit small towns. 10,000 or less is like the sweet spot. 10,000 might even be getting a little too big, but I want to have a number in my head. You know, if there's a town that has like 12,000, or there's something I want to see, I'll stop by. But I really want to keep it even below that 1,000 people, because the South is peppered with them, and they all have their own beautiful history, their own beautiful charm, their own beautiful way of life. And, you know, we drove by so many folks, man. I'm telling you, so many folks that had their own goats, their own chickens, their own cows with the gardens. People were just out there pulled over next to a stream and a river, just fishing or setting up a whole camp on an embankment and just barbecuing out there. Just that's life. That's life. A nice, simple, simple life is what I'm looking for. And it's tough because I have my life in dual modes, because I am very connected in some fast-paced projects and the hustle and bustle, and my phone's going off all the time. Emails are through the roof. I had to bring on more help to help me with different projects. So whereas like really what I really want to do is I just want to get a freaking van, and I just want to travel with like 3 dogs and do videos of interesting places and visit all the small towns, just small town USA. I would start a whole playlist of just small towns. But a lot of that, just like life, costs money, and we're trying to figure out a way on how we can make more online as opposed to have to make money in person, if that makes any sense. Hopefully that makes sense, right? But that's, nobody ever really retires, so I figure that can be the next chapter, because that's something I really want to do. I really want to do some more storytelling on small towns, walk around their little downtown, read about their history, check out their Wikipedia, what's happening, what are they known for, maybe grab a cup of coffee or do an eating video in the car like this of like some of the food spots, and just have some fun. On our other channel, we did that with Picayune, and the folks at Picayune were just so receptive. I was sad that in Mississippi, and I wish I could spend a whole week in small towns like that, and in small towns like that, and then just really like absorb and the culture and the richness of it all. And again, all the small town folks were wicked nice. Everybody. Oh man, how's this happening? So anyways, all right, this is awkward. Give me 1 second, guys. We're in an abandoned parking lot area, and someone just rolled up and is doing a 3-point turn. If it wasn't so obvious, I would, brisket. If it wasn't so obvious, I'd show you guys. So anyways, cons. Well, there's a lot more pros. You could breathe easier out there. There's either no or very little building code laws. There's no state income tax. Anybody that we spoke to was willing to offer help and hey, I know a cousin that can do electricity, or I know someone that can clear the land, or there was a local company that had goats that it was like an all all natural way to mow lawns is to hire this goat company, and they'll come in and they'll just eat up all the brush and they'll clear the land for you. I found that extremely fascinating. So there's all that. Now, what are the cons, right? And some of these cons can be looked at as pros as well. Cons, bugs. There are bugs, but I think we really only had a bug problem at our Airbnb, and talking about it with Adam, I don't think the gentleman that owned that Airbnb really prepped the area for that stuff. Like there's ways to like plant not eucalyptus, what's the other one, lavender. There's ways to put down blocks of cedar. There's those electric buzz light thingies. There's a lot of different things that you can do as a deterrent to keep bugs at bay. And trust me, we're going to employ every single one of them. All right. Also, I didn't really appreciate the big ass birds and the vultures that were just circling our area, looking at brisket like he was a freaking snack. I do love that he has these 2 black dots that kind of look like eyes. Maybe that's a deterrent. But we'd have to keep him either really close by or have put something over him where it has like spikes or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm sure that has been tackled in the past in some video. And maybe also getting a bigger brother or sister that can go out with him, and they can go out as a pack. What else? Sorry, Lindsay was calling. Some other cons. you know, it being a small town, and again, it can be a pro. You're blocking me, buddy. It could be a pro. Is a lot of things close down early, or there's days that they don't even open up. You know, we were in a town where the restaurant, like the go-to restaurant. All right, give me 5 minutes. All right, 5 minutes. You're gonna beg if I go over there. You know, we were in a town where the restaurant, the main restaurant in town, was only open 3 days a week. On certain days, like on Wednesdays, everything is shut down too, or everything shuts down early. And I guess that's like just an old thing that they used to do back in the day. I guess everybody shut down and used to go to church Wednesday afternoons or something like that. I can't remember the full story. But you have that stuff, right? So, which is also could be a pro. I guess another pro / con, you can look at it either way, is that the nearest town that you could get, you know, actual groceries was about 40 minutes away, 45 minutes away. And then after that, to hit like a really big town that has everything that you'll need is about an hour and a half. Because it was about an hour and a half outside of Knoxville, and it was about 2 hours away from Nashville. Knoxville and Nashville, yep. And Chattanooga was like more than that. But all day trips, if you were looking for a specific store, or you're close enough if you wanted that big town feeling, but you were far enough where you weren't really being touched by it. Now, a pro and con is that the little town that was nearby is seeing a steady uptick in population, and some Nashville money guys actually bought a building in there and want to convert it into a hotel. So that lets you know that either they have insider information that something's about to happen, right? Because there's a lot of Airbnbs that are popping up over there, which again, I think will be beneficial to us, because, you know, we want to build either little cabins or buy some old like vintage trailers on Facebook Marketplace for like $3 or $4 grand, retrofit them, modernize them a little bit, and that might be growth for us too. So that's a pro and con. What's another con that I saw? There wasn't that many. I thoroughly enjoyed my time down there. You know, I've spoken to a lot of people about, again, you know, I keep talking about it in other videos, but I would love to have little acreage in different states and just be able to travel in between them and stuff like that. So, you know, our retirement plan, I gotta stop saying that because people are probably gonna think I'm rich. So there's two different ways to retire in this world, right? There's one where you work your A off until you're like 75, collect Social Security. Hopefully you have a 401k. Pensions are pretty much out the door unless you are you know, you have a job in some sort of union. And so that's that one way, and you know, hopefully you get to enjoy the last 5-10 years of your life. Then there's the other way, right? The ones that kind of want to check out of society a little bit. You want to slow life down a little bit. You want to have more time to read. You want to have more time to explore. It doesn't mean you're eating filet every night. It doesn't mean that you're doing this. It doesn't mean that you're staying at fancy hotels. It could mean that you brought all your bills down to this, so you only need this much every year to survive, but it frees up all this extra time, all this. You know, I think a lot of us are feeling there's something in the air right now. There's like a wind of change. There's like an awakening happening where I think a lot of us just don't want to participate in this system that we have in place right now, right? We kind of want to start living on our own terms, almost like everything that we were taught as kids is all ended up being a lie. right? You go to college, they tell you to go to college to get a degree and that there'll be a job waiting for you. That didn't happen in my generation. Yes, did it happen to some? Yes. We had, hey, save up money, you'll be able to put a down payment to get a house. By the time, by the time I was ready, and I'm glad that I never did, because I'd be stuck in this 30-year mortgage with insane rates. The rates right now are insane. Everything before the housing crisis in '08 was insane. And then when you were ready, the economy tanked. So yes, could you buy a house? Sure, but you had no job in order to pay the mortgage. It was just wild. The whole thing was wild. Brisket. All right, buddy. They're allowed to be there. I think that's their building. I think we're just feeling something right now. And I think a lot of us, as I'm on all the different social media platforms, I'm seeing all these folks go back to homesteading, raising your own chickens, planting your own garden, planting your own seeds, doing, again, off-grid homesteading, learning how to can, and all that you really need is a little bit of money to brisket. Hey, buddy, that's okay. It's okay. You don't need that much. So, you want to tell them why you're so sassy molassy right now? Anyways, so yeah, let me know how you guys feel. Let me know if you made it this far. Thank you for being a supporter. Thank you for, excuse me, sir. I can't control the trash moving across a parking lot like that. He's like, I know, I just want to make sure. Yeah, let me know just how you guys are feeling. I'm meeting friends right now I have a group of friends that are buying a piece of land together, and they're making basically like a little co-op situation. They're building like 6 houses, but they're all going to share water. They're all going to share this garden in the middle. They're all going to help take care of each other's kids. It takes a village. It's just a beautiful thing. I love where everything is going. And it sucks that where everything is going, unfortunately, has to come from some dystopian capitalistic hellscape that's happening right now, right? We're getting less. We have to pay more, but we're also getting paid less. And this, that, and we're just getting hit from all corners. And I think a lot of folks like myself are, you have to live in the system as it is right now, but you can do small steps to make a transition. You could start selling things, start living a minimalistic lifestyle. You can say, hey, I want to learn how to do stuff. How do you make money online? So that maybe one day I can quit the day job that I have to go in and work for someone else, and I can do what I do over here. Or if you are still working for a company, what's a remote job that you can do? Everything's going remote anyways. So whatever you can do, and I understand that there are a lot of folks out there that probably have some obligations, right? Elderly parents, maybe kids still live with them. Maybe kids that are older in their 20s and 30s just aren't catching a break in society, so they had to move back home. Whatever it is, I know that it's harder, but at the same time, you could still put things in motion. It's like wishing you can go back and put $100 on Bitcoin. That could, at this rate, would have made you a millionaire. So just make small steps. And, as we're making small steps, I hope you guys follow along the journey. I am a nomad at heart. I really am. I feel like somewhere down my lineage, we were a traveling tribe, and, just an absolute trader or traveler or something, where it just was always constantly had me on the move, which I love. I also do love having little home bases, and I'm very fortunate to have friends throughout the US that I could always go visit, and they're mad if I don't visit. So I, when I go visit, they treat me like family, and it's just absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I want you to, I guess, what does all this mean besides a freaking crispy chicken sandwich? If you are new to this channel and you watch this all the way through, like, I can't believe we're hitting the 30-minute mark, but you're probably saying, what the heck? I came here for crispy chicken, and now I'm getting this guy's reading my mind. He's like he's like one of those mind readers. Going from chicken to consciousness, right? So what does all this mean again? This is your life, guys. This is your life. Sometimes you learn this lesson when you're in your teens, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, whatever it happens. I just hope that you're blessed with that aha moment. And I hope that it's early in life where you can put things in motion. Like, I have a 3 to 5 year plan, right? Where I'm still working. I still gotta, I gotta live in this crazy world. But also, how do I live in my own crazy world where I can do that? How can I find also, one of the things that I'm gonna start putting together is a small list of like-minded individuals. Hey, does anybody want to get a piece of land together? Maybe we can have a water tower and like some solar that can feed off, and then we all just split the land. Or maybe, hey, grab your trailer, let's all caravan over to the next state because we got a plot of land over there. And while we're not over here, maybe collectively we started Airbnbs over here so we have a little bit of revenue coming in to help sustain the gas and the food that it takes us to get to the next place. So there's just and that's also another dream of mine. I wish I can't wait to find a group of folks that maybe want to caravan together. Hey guys, I'm starting in the Northeast. It's winter time. I want to go somewhere where, it's still winter, but maybe it's a little warmer. And, let's get 5 to 6 to 8 to 10 to 12 people. Let's all caravan down to Tennessee. We have land now. You can park your vehicle. We can just have some fun. Let's tell some stories. Let's build some things. Let's farm together. What can we plant during the winter? Which I'm telling a lot of folks you can plant. I think it's onions and garlic, or I think it's just garlic. They'll grow all winter, and then by the time next spring, when it's time to plant the spring stuff, you have a bunch of garlic now. So, anyways, thought process. I know in all of our lives, we all have different versions of ourselves, right? We all have the hippie or the business person, the ADD person, the dreamer, the this, and we all have different versions of life that either we want to have or wish that we could have had or are unsure about or need to try out. And what I'm trying to do is, I know that I want to dabble into all of them a little bit, right? I was a radio DJ for a little bit. I loved it. I was a nightlife promoter. Loved it. I used to own a restaurant. I love it. I learned social media. I love it. I started 2 YouTube channels. I love it. I've done this. I've taken road trips. I've camped out in national parks. I've done this. I've done that. And I love just dabbing in all these different lives and all these different sections of society and collectivism and learning along the way. I know that from what we've done, I know that I can rough it out either in a tent or in a car. And I know that I can do this. I know I can do that. Once you find out these little things about you, it empowers the hell out of you. Now, with that being said, before someone else starts biting me, I'm going to take them for a little walk over here. Just don't lose yourself, I guess, is the whole point. Don't do anything in this life just to make someone else proud or what you want to maintain some sort of image that you think the world has of you. Go do you, is I guess what all this means. I think I'm dying. All right, guys. I love you. Thank you so much. I'll see you on the flip. Keep on trucking.